What is up, trendy friends? I'm Charlotte, and you guys have just tuned in to IO Trends, where we talk about what's trending. Everything celebrity, everything YouTube, everything you need to know. Don't forget to leave us comments, because at the end of our videos we reply to our favorite ones. Stick around to the end of the video to find out if your comment made the cut. And troll at your own risk. Let's get into this video. A very disturbing update of the Brangelina divorce. Brad is actually being investigated currently for being verbally and physically abusive to his children. The LA Police Department and the LA Department of Children and Family Services are looking into him after an incident on a private jet. Which is like pretty messed up, but knowing how much Angelina and Brad loved each other, the reason Angelina has for divorcing Brad must be a big one. A big one involving their children. The incident was reported by an anonymous source, and it was also stated that he had been drunk at the time it took place. Witnesses claim that following a drunken rant on the private jet, he tried to leave in one of the fuel trucks on the runway. Following this incident, Pitt did not return to their family home with Jolie and the children. Apparently this isn't unusual. If the couple ever fought, he would spend a night at a hotel. Jolie filed for divorce on September 15th, a day after the incident, which some sources say was the trigger for the divorce. Brad has commented publicly on the matter. He said in a statement, "I am very saddened by this, but what matters now is the well-being of our kids. I kindly ask the press to give them the space they deserve during this challenging time." Both Brad and Angelina have been interviewed at this time, and the Department of Child and Family Services plans to also interview the children. At this time, the investigation is ongoing, and it's simply routine for the LAPD to investigate when they get anonymous calls. There has been a ton of speculation about the reason for the Brangelina divorce. Rumors also state that Brad cheated on Angelina with Marion Cotillard. It's probably a good idea to not jump to conclusions about the reason for the divorce until hard evidence surfaces. Now over to Jared, who's chilling at the Great Pyramid of Giza. Jared?
Hey now, what is happening, guys? It is so hot here. I don't know if you could actually see, but I have pitters right now. Huge shout out to my girl Shar for her purple lip paint, which looks amazing. And now let's talk about Gigi Hadid throwing down when some absolute freak show picked her up during the Milan Fashion Week. The 21-year-old model was leaving the Max Mara show, and in a video she could be seen stopping to take multiple selfies with fans. On her way to the car, things went from 0 to 100 real quick when some absolute nut literally put his arms around Gigi and picked her up. Gigi is lifted up and is almost literally parallel to the ground, and as she is grabbed, she starts throwing elbows. One of her elbows hits the guy right in the head, and with the help of her little sister, Bella Hadid, Gigi is able to stand on her own 2 feet. The man then runs away laughing like a sick bitch, and Gigi can be seen walking towards him until just turning around and going back to the car. The video itself is still pretty shocking considering how she had security with her when she was attacked. Some think she overreacted, and the Daily Mail's headline actually read, "Gigi Hadid lashes out at man who tries to pick her up as she leaves Milan." At first I thought some guy was hitting on her and she just got mad because of it. It's a bad choice of words there, guys. Maybe something like Gigi Hadid fights back after stranger manhandles her on street, which is what the US Weekly used, is a little more appropriate. Gigi went to Twitter to defend her actions, sending out a few tweets. In response to an article titled "Not Model Behavior," Gigi Hadid aggressively lashes out and elbows fan in the face after he tries to pick her up. Gigi tweeted, "To unknown article writer, fan? The actual fans that were there can tell you what happened. I'm a human being." She follows up her tweet with, "and had every right to defend myself. How dare that idiot think he has the right to manhandle a complete stranger." He ran quick though. So as always, I'm glad to see Gigi is okay, but seriously, this is really messed up. Some guy literally just grabbed her. In other news, as I'm sure many of you know, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are getting a divorce, and it's a pretty big deal. Charlotte was talking about it a little earlier. Although it spread like wildfire on the internet when the story originally broke, it seems one fellow A-list celebrity and friend to both was left out in the dark. George Clooney was leaving the UN after a meeting with President Barack Obama and friends to talk about the refugee crisis. As he was on his way out, Clooney was asked about how he felt about what happened to Brangelina. And apparently, he had no idea what went down. CNN's reporter Richard Roth said to Clooney, "Alright, don't shoot me on this last question, but you're friends with both of them. Any thoughts?" To which George replied with, "What's that? What happened?" Hold up, you really don't know? Like, Brad didn't text you like, "Yo man, she wants to get like a divorce, you know, we should go out and get really f***ed up tonight." Thought that's how all guys deal with breakups. Maybe just me. I don't know. All kidding aside, George went on to say, "I didn't know that. I feel very sorry then. That's a sad story and unfortunate for a family." And although there is no official word as to why the two split, it seems there is a ton of speculation. One insider told E! News, I quote, "Angelina is very dedicated to her work with the United Nations and working on other charitable endeavors, while Brad is consumed with his film projects. Both of their interests have taken them across the world. but not together, in different directions. Other people seem to think Pitt's co-star Marion Cotillard was the reason for the split, which Charlotte mentioned earlier. Marion was quick to release a statement about that. In a photo she captioned on her Instagram account, the actress wrote the following: "This is going to be my first and only reaction to the whirlwind news that broke 24 hours ago and that I was swept up into. I am not used to commenting on things like this, nor taking them seriously, but as the situation is spiraling and affecting people I love, I have to speak up. Firstly, many years ago I met the man of my life, father of our son and of the baby we are expecting. He is my love, my best friend, the only one that I need. Secondly, to those who have indicated that I am devastated, I am very well, thank you. This crafted conversation isn't distressing. And to all the media and the haters who are quick to pass judgment, I sincerely wish you a swift recovery. Finally, I do very much wish that Angelina and Brad, both whom I deeply respect, will find peace in this very tumultuous moment. With all my love, Marion." So I think it's safe to say it has nothing to do with her. As Charlotte spoke about before, there were other reports that the LAPD are launching an investigation into Brad Pitt over child abuse claims, and as of now, there is yet to be any other news on that. So now back to Charlotte, who is in the studio. Oh, Chardog?
Thanks, Jared. So, I feel like we do a video on new YouTube changes every week, but there are some more changes coming to YouTube, and you're not gonna like them. You may or may not have heard of the YouTube Hero Initiation Program. It actually allows the average person to be a moderator on YouTube. There are too many uploads on YouTube for YouTube to moderate everything, so they're bringing average Joes in to do the moderating for them. Problem is, the majority of people on YouTube are haters, trolls, and just simply lame people who would go out of their way to sabotage a channel, because they simply have nothing better to do. It also allows moderators to mass flag videos, which, if you're a hater, is your new favorite tool. I have said this before and I will say it again, it is not the creators that are the problem here. For the most part, creators are educated, innovative people. It's the users on YouTube that run amok on this website without fear of moderation or punishment. They are the real problem. So I guess YouTube finally figured out that the bots that moderate based on controversial tags demonetize a lot of content on this website that doesn't necessarily need to be demonetized. YouTube found that the bots were actually wrong a lot of the time. I do appreciate that YouTube is trying to find other ways to censor content, but I just don't think that they should give the YouTube trolls the power to demonetize. Alright, moving along now, Google has a highly anticipated new phone coming out, and here's what you need to know about it. Pixels and the Pixel XLs look a lot like the iPhone 6. Like, a lot. They will replace the current Nexus family of Android handsets. They are ditching the low-end quality, and the handsets will be a lot more expensive. They'll start at $649 for the Pixel, and the XL will be a little bit more. Google decided to mix glass and plastic with metal for the makeup of the phone. The cameras are also supposed to be amazing, hence the name Pixel. But unfortunately, they will not be waterproof. There are also rumors that Google plans to implement VR capabilities. Pixels and Pixel XLs come out on October 4th. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna wrap up this trends with an epic video for you guys to watch. Who loves mean tweets? In the most recent edition of Mean Tweets on Jimmy Kimmel, a new batch of celebrities read out comments from their internet haters. Among them, Kate Hudson, Ryan Gosling, and Margot Robbie. If you guys love mean tweets, definitely check out that video. Alright, now for your favorite part, I will now read out a few comments from previous videos. On our video, YouTube threatens YouTuber caught on camera, Amber Keening said, "Where the is Michael and no pants? Where have you been for the last 8 months? He hasn't been on IO Trends for a long time." If you miss Michael McCrudden, he runs his own channels now, though he is still in the studio. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's downstairs. Just search for him and check out his channel before they were famous. Next comment, on our video Angelina Jolie files for divorce, Sophia and Elise said, "What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?" I know Charlie and Jared already answered this one, but my favorite flavor of ice cream is blood orange gelato, though I do tend to get a tummy ache from it. Last comment on the same video, DIY Lover asked, "What is your favorite memory from IO?" It would have to be the time that Marissa Otto, if you guys remember her, said that she saw a mouse and we went on a mouse hunt. That shit was probably the funniest thing that has ever happened in the studio. We never saw a mouse. I think that she might have just been yelling for no reason. Anyways guys, that is all for now. Thanks for watching Trends. I'll see you in another video.